Hello and welcome back to Career Mode episode number 11. Well, today is going to be a very boring day. 3 games today. Blackburn Rovers, who are, if memory serves me correct, last in the championship. Then a game against Reading. Then a game against Reading. Did not just copy and paste that. There are 2 games against Reading, one in the championship and one in the FA Cup, which sucks dick, and they're both away games as well. This episode, I think, is the shortest episode of Career Mode we've had because there was literally nothing in these games. Aside from any goals scored, there was maybe 1 or 2 shots, and that was it. This was the most boring hour of my life. It was so boring to sit through. And even against Blackburn, it was torture. I mean, here you can see you've skipped all the way to, I think, the second half here, just to show a tackle on Caney, which somehow gets him injured. You can see he's running there on the wing. There he is, and now he's telling me he's injured. I don't get it. I don't know why that happened, but apparently this tackle you're about to see dislocated Caney's shoulder, and he's out for 2 months. Thankfully, though, at the end of this episode, the January transfer window is open, so we can replace it. But you can see there, I don't know what that is. There's like a slide tackle into like side control or something. The left back looking to show off his MMA experience, looking to land a job with Dana White. Anyway, now heading into the 58th minute, we're on the run here. I don't know why Iheanacho took the ball like that, but he just did. Loses it. He gets cleared out there. We think it's gone. There's a header that goes dodgy. I'm not really sure what direction that would have gone if I would won it. Garbutt plays into Parker. Parker finds Christensen, and then Labyad with one of the goals of the season. Wonder strike! What a shot that is. And literally, I think that was like our second shot of the game. It was such just take a look at this. I think it's 1 touch and then the shot. 1 touch, oh no, sorry, 2 touch, and then the 3rd touch with the left foot. Oh my word, just look at that shot, and it is just perfectly into the back of the net. Just so well struck. There's no way the keeper was getting to that, and Labyad there with, I believe, his 3rd goal of the season. So nicely done, and probably the best goal of the episode. Anyway, here is the run. There is an attack now from Blackburn. Jody Gomez has it, plays into Evans, takes a shot at Bettinelli, still on his run of great form, is able to make that save. They win a corner here. This is where things get a bit scary. Conway crosses it in, sort of falls awkwardly to Danny Graham. I don't really sure what happened. Gets crossed in. Guthrie's there, and it just hits the bar, and it hits it in such an awkward way that it goes over off the bar. Just now, lovely header, beat Bettinelli, just a bit too high. There we go. Anyway, that was the game in a nutshell. As I said, very boring game, not much of anything to talk about. It was disappointing, I suppose is the word you would say. So there was that, and then that was kind of everything about that episode, about that game. It was disappointing, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because we got the win, and I believe we are now, I actually didn't have a look, but I think we were close to Nottingham. I think Nottingham drew their game. If they did, then we were in the lead right now, heading against Reading. Reading, I believe, in 8th or 9th, which meant that we should take this game seriously, because usually when we take on 8th or 9th people, they beat us. Cardiff, Brentford, I can't really think of anyone else right now, but Cardiff and Brentford especially, as I believe Brentford won 2-0 and Cardiff scored one of the best goals I've ever seen, and a bicycle kick. So let's not have a repeat of Cardiff anyway. There's the lineup, as you can see. Labyad having to play another game. Yeah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing Cam is a random one because Pereira was so dead. This was 2 days in-game after the first match against Derby, so they were very tired. A lot of players were, but thankfully we were able to make the substitution. However, we couldn't play Kasan Kilic because he is still injured, though he should be back soon. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, though, making good on his role as Cam, getting right through there and almost scoring a goal really early into the game. Skipping all the way forward to the 64th minute now. Reading on the attack here. Just look at the way they're able to break down our defense. Crossed in there, and then it finds a name that I'm gonna try and pronounce in a bit probably, but he just breaks through with little to no effort and is easily able to get in the back of the net, and whoever that is reacting there was exactly how I felt when the goal went in. Let's take a look at this on the replay. Lovely passing there. It's crossed in here, and he just completely beats his man. I believe it's Amobieta. Yeah, it is. Okay, he just runs away. He just completely just trails past Amobieta, and Bettinelli there was just beaten. unfortunately. And there is the goal that puts them in the lead. 1-0, looked for a comeback, and we lost the ball again, and then Reading were back on the attack. Back up to Raquel's, plays it into that guy. I'm going to try and pronounce it. Robson Carnu now on the ball, plays it into Evans. Back to Robson Carnu, yeah, lovely passing. Into Norwood, finds that guy. What is that goal? What is that goal? Seriously, that is a guy, Bettinelli in goal, is a guy who saved multiple Manchester City strikers. You know, Manchester City strikers were shooting against him. He saved them all, performed a double save, saved a long shot, saved powerful shots. But then, this rolling goal, it's not even got that much power in it, completely beats him. I don't even know what to say. It's such a bad... It's like, the defender tries, but it's such a disappointing goal to let in. And very annoyed at that. Anyway, Loftus-Cheek back on the ball, finds Chalobah. Chalobah plays into Dembele. Dembele with a shot, however, very weak shot, easily saved. And that was the game for us in a nutshell. 90th minute, they have a free kick here, headed, goes wide, end of the game. 2-0, and that run of wins we were on, I believe it was 3 wins in a row or thereabouts, gone. What were we, 4 games unbeaten, I believe, something like that? All gone, which is very disappointing to say the least. However, we can bounce it back against Reading in the next game. I don't know. Anyway, the transfer window opened up. I was looking for a new right mid. I found this guy, Ndongala. I love that name already, and it was just, I inquired about him. I didn't really want to scout him. I was just looking for a cheap buy, 1.8 million. When I see that, I'm thinking he's probably going to be, hopefully, in the 70s. I'm looking to move Caney up into like a central attacking mid role, because he plays central attacking mid, in my mind, better than he plays right mid. So when he comes back, I'm looking to move him up to there. Him, Pereira, and Kasan Kalic can share that role. Then we can have I called him that again, Ibe and Lingard on the left. And then Ndongala and Labiad on the right. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to repeat the game against Reading here. As you can see, it's very different this time round. The guy who scored the 2 goals is on the bench. Lucas Piazon is playing, which gave me a lot of worry because I know just how good Lucas Piazon is. It's a big change to the team. No Robson Carnu, etc., etc. We also made a few changes as well. Kasan Kilic back in the team after so much time off from that injury. And you can see we've gone for like a very powerful defence. There's some of our best players in defence. Scott Parker playing, Emerson Hindman at centre mid. And I believe it was, oh yeah, it was Kasan Kilic because Pereira was still tired. Anyway, you can see Kasan Kilic making good on his return with a lovely run. The shot, though, is deflected, and Aravidis, who's playing right mid because Labiad is knackered, doesn't get that on the rebound. However, it is a kind of weak shot by Aravidis. Could have put more power into it. No real need for Al-Habsi to save it. I think that would have either gone off the post or not gone in at all. Anyway, start of the second half here. I don't even have words for this. Norwood crosses it down here. Piazon, first time, switches the play over to Olejon, who finds Walters, who blazes it into the back of the net. Bearing in mind, this is, I believe, Lonergan now playing in goal, and nothing has changed. Jonathan Walters with a massive shot there. First time shot. It doesn't actually get to Olejon, if memory serves me correct. I think Garbutt headed it, but the defender, whoever it was, I think it was Stearman, just completely misses the ball there. Misses it, and just Jonathan Walters. Walters is just there, just like a shark. And there it was, right in the back of the net, 1-0. Wow. Just taken apart in seconds, and I really thought it was going to be a repeat of the last game. But you can see here, Aihianacho, the only guy up forward there, finds that ball, making a beautiful run here, plays it into Ibe. He's one-on-one. Al-Habsi gets a hand to it, but it doesn't mean anything because it deflects into the back of the net. What a time to score that was. Really needed that goal, because otherwise we're going to be looking like dumb twats. But thankfully we got the equaliser, and there we go. We were able to show that Reading, we can stop them. However, if we were Superman, I think Reading would be our kryptonite, because what are we? I think we beat them 2-0 last time out, and there's the connection to the Wi-Fi network being lost as I spastastically celebrated the goal. There's a draw, anyway. There we go, the match ends in a draw, and that means we're going to have to play a tie against them. Or, I believe it's a, yeah, no, it's not a tie, it's a replay, that's the one. We're going to have to play another match against them, which is great success. Yeah, this is it. We beat Manchester City 2-0 in the last episode, just in case you've forgotten. We can't beat Reading. That's embarrassing. Anyway, the transfer offer for Ndongala is accepted, and as you can see, he wants reasonable amount of money, 20 grand, and that moves our remaining budget down to £502. Thinking of picking up a Sunday League player on our next stop, going down the local pub and seeing who we can acquire. Anyway, that ends gameplay wise. Let's going to take a look at the table here. Middlesbrough have appeared out of nowhere and have taken second place from us. We're down to third place, 4 points behind Nottingham Forest and a point behind Middlesbrough. And as you can see down at the bottom, they're Wolves, Huddersfield, and Blackburn Rovers taking up the bottom. And there's Reading in 8th, probably just having the time of their lives knowing they just beat us. However, we have got a lot of work to do now. January's here, we're going to try and sell some players, hopefully, maybe buy some others or loan them in, but we really need to get our act together. Anyway, that's going to end this episode of Career Mode. Well, thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.